Привет, дорогой друг, ты на канале Play, и это Hogwarts Legacy. Вторая серия, мы продолжаем. Так, нас привели в свою комнату. Сейчас будем смотреть, что здесь есть, куда нам дальше двигаться и что делать. Так, и типа чё? Нам сразу уходить отсюда надо? Наверх, да? Это рыцари какие-то. Ты кто?
One moment. Watch this.
Ugh! What is this? Someone threw a dung bomb. Let's get out of here.
Пакостник.
That wasn't quite the reaction I wanted. Oh well.
Right. What did you hope would happen?
I suppose I hoped it would lighten the mood. Ravenclaws can be a bit on edge the first day of class. I'm Everett, by the way. You seem downright calm next to some of these characters. And you survived a rather harrowing trip here.
Так. Ну, давай вот это.
I'm glad to be here. Ready for classes to start.
Good. Glad to hear it. Truly, there's no reason to be nervous. Most professors are firm but fair. I mean, not all of the tricks I play are as simple as a tossed dung bomb, and I'm still here.
Wait, did you say most professors are fun but fair?
Ha! I did. But probably best I let you judge for yourself. I do tend to push their limits. I should wander off before someone traces that dung bomb back to me. Nice meeting you.
You too, Everett.
Ага. Ну, давайте по заданию пока пойдем, по стрелочкам.
Must be different. Starting Hogwarts.
That's just brilliant, Amit. Brilliant! You'd think you could... Ah, why hello. Would you like to take a look?
Чел с такой же притчей, как я.
Can't see too much in the day. Well, except for stars like Sirius, Canopus, Vega, and Arcturus. I'm Amit. Pleasure to have you in Ravenclaw. Never met someone who's been so close to a dragon before.
Can't say I'd recommend it, frankly. It's nice to meet you, Amit. I take it you like astronomy.
Oh, yes. So much to be learned from the stars. Also, there's something about the open air and night sky above the tower. It's invigorating. You will adore astronomy. Professor Shaw is incredibly knowledgeable.
Ну,
I hope astronomy's on my schedule. Sounds interesting.
I have good news for you. You are most definitely taking astronomy. It is required for all fifth years. You will be enthralled with the tower. Plus, a quality telescope can show you things you never dreamed of.
I suppose I'll see you in class then.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of class, better get to my first one of the year. Nothing like the smell of fresh parchment, is there? Be seeing you!
ну давай, бывай.
I'm not sure this is the right spot.
По яблоко. Захавали.
I want him to be in the perfect place. A place he'll be happy with. But I can't seem to find it. Great golden gobstones! I want him to thrive here.
Golden gobstones.
My own little expression. I bought this Dittany seedling from home and I so want him to feel cozy. Dittany is amazing, isn't it? So much healing power in such a little plant. I've a bit of a thing for plants, as you can see. Pleased to meet you. I'm Samantha.
Nice to meet you, Samantha. Is Dittany used in Wiggenweld potion?
It is. Looks like someone's been studying up on their potion making.
Actually, Professor Fig told me about the Wiggenweld potion.
Of course. I heard you were studying with him before term. He's an enigma, Fig. Teaches about theory, yet seems to know a lot about practical magic.
Но он вроде как много знает.
Professor Fig does know a great deal about, different forms of magic.
Well, I hope he told you about more than Wiggenweld. You've lots to catch up on, I'm sure.
Так, а реально они что, сами могут выращивать ингредиенты?
Is it common practice for students to grow their own ingredients?
Oh, yes. In fact, our herbology teacher, Professor Garlic, encourages it. And I don't think Professor Sharp, our potions master, cares where you get your ingredients as long as your brews are all perfect.
Понял.
An affinity for herbology is more typical of a Hufflepuff than a Ravenclaw, isn't it?
Ordinarily, perhaps, but it runs in my family. We've a full plot of these little fellows back home. I suppose you could say herbology is in my roots.
Ну ладно, я
It was
понял.
nice to meet you, Samantha. Good luck with your Dittany.
Thank you. And good luck to you too on your first day.
Hey there, new Ravenclaw.
Так, а почему я сюда не могу
Weasley is
зайти? Меня
looking for
сюда
you
не
just
пускают пока,
outside.
да?
You'd best not keep her waiting.
Я могу тут колдовать?
Protego!
Могу.
Lumos.
Так, это что? Для этого у нас еще заклинания нету, да?
Can't imagine starting a new school this late.
Так, нам вниз.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind.
Профессор Уизли.
Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls.
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
О, прикольно.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
Пошли. Так, мне надо кое-что сделать. Мне не нравится то, что громкость диалогов такая большая. Я, наверное, еще снижу до 20-очки.
This way.
Хотя, по-моему, особо ничего не меняется, на самом деле.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Башня
I
Коктеврана.
certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student.
Я вот, конечно, не уверен, но, по-моему, в какой-то части Гарри Поттера, как
Why
раз
don't
таки,
you
когда они
cast
изучали
Revelio
защиту от
on
магии и
this
от темных
bust
сил, они как раз
and
в
see
башне
what
Коктеврана это
details the
делали.
field
А
guide
может и
can
нет.
provide.
Но похоже. Так, что делать? Я нихуя не услышал. Так.
Lumos.
Так,
Protego.
то.
Revelio.
Ага, Ревелио. Это бюст, созданный в честь факультета Коктевран. Находится в высокой башне Коктеврана. И что? Испытание руководства. Ваш прогресс будет отображаться здесь. Выполните это. Так, это единственный способ заработать очки опыта. Ага. Так, это ваш уровень волшебства, полученный в результате прохождения испытаний, повышает ваш уровень и силу. Так, ваше руководство отслеживает текущий процесс прохождения испытаний. Выберите меню, чтобы продолжить. Так, собрав свою первую страницу руководства, вы открыли новую категорию испытаний. Здесь будут появляться все новые испытания, которые вы разблокируете во время своих приключений. Выберите страницу руководства, чтобы продолжить. Каждое испытание имеет несколько уровней. На каждом из них вас ждут специальные награды, начиная от внешнего вида и заканчивая важными обновлениями. Награды можно получить в меню испытаний. Так, понятно. Все награды, ля-ля-ля, трополя. Понял. Короче, просто как наш бестиарий карманный.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
Lumos.
Подсвечу старушке дорогу, чтобы ногу не свернула.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
Так, что это такое? Не открывается.
Revelio.
Так, не помогает. Ладно. О, тут тоже что-то есть. Так, а вот это интересно. Это знаки типа зодиака? Так, змея 1321. Ну-ка, ага, тут и есть она. Так, и вот тут что-то есть. О, а нельзя уходить. Понял. Ладно, позже с этим разберемся.
Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Так, М открыть карту. Центральный холл. Так, лестницы, большой зал. Лестница Хогвартса, да? Здесь можете видеть точки с летучим пламенем, которые доступны в этом регионе. Точки с летучим пламенем зеленого цвета, также, которым вам удалось обнаружить, включая гостиную вашего факультета. Точки с летучим пламенем серого цвета показывают местоположение еще не обнаруженных точек быстрого перемещения. Ага. И что? Мне надо что-то выбрать. Так, с помощью АД можно вертеть камеру. Центральный зал. Ну, я понял, это Quick телепорт, типа быстрое перемещение.
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Так, будем его расспрашивать? Да, что такое Хогсмит?
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in
Сливочное
due course.
пиво.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become
Так, а я
warriors.
хочу стать мракоборцем.
Fortunately, we are lucky
буду
to have
изучать
the
защиту от
ever-gifted
темных сил.
Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Так,
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins, and I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Стоп,
Very
а
well.
этот чувак.
Enough chit-chat.
Я
I
только
need to get
сейчас
to class
понял.
myself. Might I
Профессор
rely
Фиг.
on you, Professor
А он
Fig, to
не
explain the
безголовый
details
Ник,
of the field
который
guide's
летал
Of
в
course.
фильме?
Thank
Он
you.
похож очень. Или нет?
Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And
Нет, скорее всего, просто
invaluable
показалось.
to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
О, мы пойдем на рынок? Тариться шмотками, да? О, какая-то страничка, стой. О! Бля, мне нельзя покидать, да, до сих пор? Ладно.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve
Почему он так не
of.
хочет рассказать
And
о
she
этих
may feel
руинах?
obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Давай. Так, открыть карту. Этот значок символизирует основное задание. Выполняя основные задания, вы продвигаетесь по основной истории. Открывайте новые возможности, зарабатывайте опыт. Так, согласно карте руководства, класс профессора Гигат находится в нижней части астрономического крыла. Я могу заблудиться в этом замке, возможно, лучше использовать в руководстве. Так, зачарованный компас, чтобы он помог мне найти дорогу. Ага. А это что? Занятие по заклинаниям. А куда лучше сперва пойти? Ацу, Левиосу. Давай Левиосу, наверное.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll
Так у меня ж
enjoy
есть
Mr.
волшебная
Ollivander.
палочка.
He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Ну, допустим, ладно, погнали пока на это, на задание. Вот это что летает? Блин. Как их
Revelio.
поймать? По-моему, пока никак, да? Левиоса нужно изучить. А, во, он открыл. Так, судя по всему, мне туда. Как он топит, неплохо.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Зафиксируйте пал. Так, это мы видели. Окей. Левиосо.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast.
Так.
See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Well done.
Levioso.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Ну, погнали.
Levioso. Protego.
You're good. Tego. How perceptive. Thank you.
Levioso.
Class, I hope you were paying attention. That is how you cast Levioso.
Ну все, он вылетел за арену.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot,
Такой довольный.
and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. again. Well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Так, он мне
Nice
нужен, да?
work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
Ну, как дуэль, я думаю, это первая.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance. If you're interested.
Поищем, поищем потом.
Till next time.
Так, здесь какой-то сундук есть или чё? Я вот здесь вижу какой-то сундук где-то.
Revelio.
Ревелио не помогает, да? Так, а ты кто?
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Ладно. Погнали на другое задание. О,
The most I've ever been able to conjure is
прикольно.
a single quill.
Так, я уже знаю
Lumos.
Люмос
Leviosa.
и Левиоса, да? Так,
Revelio.
это что у нас? Так, а, не, мне не сюда. О, я походу духа этот изгнал из картины.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind
Начать задание.
him to let-
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Так, ага, новое заклинание. Погнали. Акцию.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me!
Так, на улице что-то будем мутить, да?
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, hmm? So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Hmm?
Странный чувак. Шебутной какой-то.
Very simply, cast Accio on
Так,
one of the
Accio.
spheres and relinquish your... Excellent. Not to worry. Now,
А,
think of this
надо
like
вовремя остановить, да?
gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are summoning them toward you. Very good.
Все равно
Don't
упал.
lose your composure. Splendid.
Ну ладно.
Very good. Points to Ravenclaw. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Так, ну суть я понял.
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes,
А
sir.
я могу ей помешать? Или нет? Так, используй... Да я понял. Что тут? На, неплохо, неплохо.
Accio!
Excellent control there.
Watch this.
Ну она все на 50-ки выбивает.
There we go.
Нет! Ой, упала.
Stay focused.
Be sharp.
О, а на 30-ки сейчас выбила.
Yes!
Так, мне надо как-то вот сюда встать, чтобы на себя прям потянуть. Ну, давайте поровну пойдем.
Quite impressive.
А, нет, она все равно выиграла. Ладно.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
Что он сделал? А,
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Here we go.
но она как-то быстро останавливает его, она медленно его тянет. Так, надо подождать, да, момент?
Accio!
Very good.
Watch this.
Но мне вот здесь сложнее будет. Надо тоже выждать момент, пока ящики переедут.
Accio.
Как-то так.
Brilliant. Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Так, ждем. Ждем. Поехали. Хорош.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Ну, я раскликался.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Так. Уагаду? Ну, хоть не Уганда. А ну-ка.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Is Wagadu a castle, like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Так.
Of course, you can use
A
Accio
word,
on humans,
if you would.
if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to
О, там
expectation.
железная дева
Well,
стоит.
an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Понял. Так, задание завершено.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
Так, куда мне теперь надо? Журнал заданий. Скрещивание палочки. А давайте сходим вот сюда. Дополнительное сразу задание. Испытания, коллекции. Так, ну внешние виды мне не особо интересны. Так, что тут есть еще? Инвентарь у нас есть. Пока непонятно, что тут. Снаряжение. Перчатки. Прикольно. Аксессуары для лица. Не, ну мне не нравится, если честно. Не хочу. Головные уборы. Бля. Не нравится. Тогда и перчатки можно снять. Типа, если нет никаких волшебных свойств, то нафиг и не нужны, собственно. Ну, типа такое. Наряд. Тоже всего один. Ладно, тут у нас пока ничего нет. Так, тут какой-то сундук есть. Я хочу посмотреть, могу ли я его забрать. Или где он вообще? Показывается, что он тут. Не видно, ладно. Поговорим с Люканом Шумсби. Что он скажет? Чего? Ладно. Что это? Туалет с привидениями. Страница руководства. Если вы только не находитесь в отчаянном положении, вероятно, лучше избегать этого конкретного туалета, поскольку, как утверждается, он является одним из любимых мест Пивза для его нелепых шуток.
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as for only one time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
Please, Peeves, you'll make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous
А здесь что?
sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his
О,
containment
монетки.
charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges, be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the...
А здесь что? Или мне показалось? Ага. Дисмонд Долговязый. Это статуя волшебника Дисмонда Долговязого. Высокого художественного волшебника, который, кажется, очень гордится собой. По крайней мере, никто точно не знает. Карта Аргильшира какая-то. На этой карте изображен Алгишир, регион в Шотландии, где находятся Гербские острова, родина Гербского черного дракона. Допустим. Внутренний двор часовой башни. Это что?
Off on another adventure, are we?
Can
I help you?
Так, вот он, да, по
Sebastian told
дуэли.
me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed ones. A dueling club of sorts. It's invitation only, so you must have really impressed Sebastian.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists, And whoever is still standing in the end wins. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist once and for all. And to liven things up, the winner is awarded a prize. Interested?
Да?
Of course. Dueling's an entertaining pastime.
I agree. Besides, in crossed ones, you can duel with a partner if you like. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. Next time, you'll need to bring a partner along, or duel alone. So, care to step into the ring?
Прямо сейчас? Погнали.
Get me in the ring.
Spectacular! Let the fireworks begin!
We'll make you regret signing up.
Угу. Так, пробивайте желтые щиты, используя заклинания, такие как левитационный чар, левиосу. Привязка к цели, капслаг. Ага. Ну, допустим. Давайте сейчас огребем.
Protego! Levioso! Levioso! Levioso!
Oh, there goes my wager.
А если...
Accio! Come on! Levioso!
Act like a winner.
Protego! Levioso!
Так, а с ней как справиться?
Levioso!
А,
Accio!
понял. Ну, в принципе, несложно на самом деле.
Accio!
Perhaps one day I'll sign up for a round.
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organize these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first Crossed Ones victory. Well fought.
По мне даже ни разу не
Hope
попали.
to see you back here again.
О, так, вот туда телепортнемся тогда, чтобы быстрее было. Что, по времени? По времени пора заканчивать, кстати говоря.
It didn't bother me. I swear.
Ладненько, на этом, я думаю, сегодняшнюю серию можно подвести к концу. Увидимся в следующих сериях. Всем до новых встреч, ребятки. Подписывайтесь на канал, оставляйте комментарии, ставьте лайки. Всем пока.
It's rather unusual for no one